There's an enemy over there. Why don't you get him? Because you're fast.
I can do it.
Oh, but don't worry. There's another one over there.
Do you want to take a break?
Yeah.
You got this, right?
Yeah.
You seem good. I'm going to go meditate or something.
Hey everyone, welcome to
I was looking at the screen, the same thing that I have done at the beginning of each episode we've started recording today. I'm sorry.
Hey everyone, welcome to GameGorgon. My name's Indigo.
And I'm Croog.
And today we're going to be talking about the illustrious, the magnificent, the Ranger. Right here's a bunch of proficiencies. The only thing really cool to point out about this is the fact that you get strength or dexterity as your preferred key ability.
I like
choices.
I was going to start over, but cool, I'll use that. At level 1, you're going to get Hunt Prey. This is a pretty cornerstone feature of the Ranger that allows you to basically designate a target and get bonuses against the target. Hunt Prey is like a baseline level of bonuses that every Ranger gets, and then we're also going to be picking a specific kind of bonus that we want to layer on top of this to make our Ranger like customizable.
That's going to be called the Hunter's Edge, which we'll go over after we finish going over Hunt Prey.
When you use Hunt Prey, you're going to basically single out a single creature as your prey. That creature is either going to be a creature that you can currently see, or that you can currently hear, or you're not going to do a cheeky little like,
No, they know who the prey is.
Okay, whoa. Or, and this is the cool part, if you're in exploration mode, it can be a creature that you're tracking. You don't even have to have ever seen it before. Hey, those tracks are for this person that you're looking for. And you're like, cool, hunt.
We talked about exploration mode on the playtest.
Yes.
And you're not in any immediate danger that you're aware of.
Yep.
And you're just...
You're traveling.
You're exploring, hence the name exploration mode.
Now note, you can only have one target hunted at a time.
Yes.
So if you are hunting a target and you switch your hunt to another target, the previous target is no longer, you don't get bonuses against that target. Now, what are the bonuses you're going to be getting? For Seek and Track, which are perception and survival checks, respectively, you're going to be getting a +2 circumstance bonus against that target specifically. What does that mean?
It's still 2.
Okay, yeah. You're also going to ignore the penalty for making a ranged attack against your hunted target for your second range increment.
Okay, so after your base...
Yeah. So you can hit them from far.
Yeah.
I mean, depending on the weapon you're using.
Here's just like, you're good at finding stuff.
This is what Rangers are good at. Now, we're going to talk about what kind of Ranger you are.
One of your options for Hunter's Edge is Flurry, where you're going to be better at attacking your specific hunted target multiple times. So instead of receiving a -5 and -10 penalty for your second and third attack, you're only going to get a -3 and a -6 penalty.
And on top of that, if you're using an agile weapon, that's still going to go down to a -2 and a -4.
That's huge.
Which is low. Like your third attack penalty is lower than most people's second attack penalty.
At level 1.
At level 1. This is pretty f***ing strong.
The caveat to this is that this is based about your hunted target.
Yeah, this is your one target.
Exactly.
Yes.
So it's not like all of my attacks are just significantly better. No, it's like hyper focused on killing that one goblin.
Mm-hmm. The next option you have is precision. This is going to allow you to do precision damage to your target the first time you hit it in a round. Precision damage is basically damage from hitting something's like weak spot.
Yeah, the exact specific, you got right in between the armor, you know exactly where it's going to hurt.
Yeah. There is a chance that this doesn't help you at all against enemies that don't have weak points. Like, I would assume an ooze wouldn't. I haven't seen it specifically yet, but that's a pretty safe assumption, right? It's just a uniform blob of goo. Where's the weak point in that? A human, the head. The heart.
Now, with precision, is it additional damage? Is it a flat amount? What is it?
Yeah, so you're going to start off at 1d8.
Okay, that's not bad at all.
No, that's not bad at all. And then the precision damage is going to be the same type of damage that you are dealing. So precision isn't a damage type.
Gotcha.
It is a damage like conditional feature.
So if it's slashing.
If it's slashing, you do slashing. For you, it might be piercing if you're using a ranged weapon, so on and so forth. And then at level 11, it's going to go up to 2d8. And then at level 19, it's going to go up to 3d8, which is pretty good. I really like the fact that it's the first hit and not like you have to get a critical success, because that's a little bit rough.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to limit it to 1 per round by saying it's only the first, but all you have to do is hit.
You don't necessarily always hit your first attack.
Sure.
And so the thing is like, it's just the first time you hit them, which is great, because then if you're like, oh, crap. All right, the third one hit, cool. I still managed to do extra damage, which is really nice. Your third and final choice that you have is Outwit, which is going to be the first one that's actually going to give you a bonus outside of combat as well as inside of combat.
Yes.
+2 bonus to deception, intimidation, stealth, and recall knowledge about your prey.
Now, it's not out of combat specifically.
No.
You can still use like the combat features of intimidation
or stealth.
Or stealth or whatever.
It's just that these can also be used out of combat.
Multiple attack penalty, not useful out of combat.
In combat, a bonus is that you're going to get a +1 circumstance bonus to your armor class against that prey.
Yes.
You know their moves. That's how I imagine it, you
same.
know? Makes me think of the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes movie.
Yeah. 4 punches ago, he knew this punch was coming already, and so he's just like, cool, bye. I don't think it is as good as the other two in combat specifically.
Yes.
Yes, that is a lot of in-combat versatility for the bonuses, but the multiple attack penalty reduction, I think, is better in combat. The damage, I'd say, is, if it's better, it's marginally better, but it might be like just as good, maybe slightly worse. I'd value it a little bit higher than I would this. This is still, in my opinion, very good. If you spec into any of those, you know, skills, and that +2 bonus is taking you even higher, you're gonna have a lot of combat power with intimidation or with stealth.
When I'm playing, and this is just reading off of this, I would say my pick would be Flurry. I know Outwit, for me personally, is my last choice, but I am aware that all of you are going to tell me why I'm wrong in the comments, and I'm okay with that. I know that there's a balance between them. Like, there has to be, like, if you are choosing Outwit, is it a flavor thing, or do you legitimately have a mechanical reason behind it?
I would play Outwit literally for the flavor, because it's super cool. Also, I don't think any 3 of these are going to define your character by themselves.
No.
So I don't think it's a huge important choice. It is still an important one, and I think you have a lot of good options.
Yeah, absolutely.
Airplane. You're going to start picking ranger feats at first level, and you're going to get additional ranger feats every even numbered level thereafter, relative to other classes that start getting their feats at level 2 and then get more feats every even level thereafter. You're getting an extra feat, so nice.
I think we've said this on almost all of our episodes. We're going to be skipping over all of the generic, you know, ability boosts, skill feats, all that fun stuff, and we're just going to go straight into what other really cool stuff that the ranger gets.
Level 3, you're going to get Iron Will. This is going to increase your proficiency with will saves to expert.
At 5th level, you're going to get Trackless Step, where you're going to be getting the benefits of covering your tracks without moving half your speed.
Yeah. The benefit of covered tracks is that anybody tracking you is going to have to contest your survival DC instead of the normal DC to track someone if they are tracking you. And if your survival DC is lower than the DC to track someone, you just use the DC to track someone. If you feel like investing in survival, this is a good, like, additional cherry on top as a reason to get survival training.
Yeah.
At 5th level, you get weapon expertise. This is going to give you simple and martial weapon proficiency of expert, and it's going to give you access to the critical specialization effects for those weapons when you attack your hunted target. The more we go over martial classes, the more I'm like, yeah, the fighter's super cool because it can just use those things.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to, like, not hunted target. It doesn't have to be raging. It doesn't have to be singing a song. It just uses them.
At 7th level, you're going to get Evasion, where your reflex save is going to increase to Master, and whenever you roll when you roll a success, it is considered to be a critical success.
Nice.
And then at 15th level, you're going to get the Improved Evasion feature, which you're going to move your proficiency up in your reflex saves to Legendary, and when you roll a critical failure, it is considered to be a failure instead, and when it is damage, you only take half. We're taking the planes in.
At 7th level, you're going to get Vigilant Senses. This is going to increase your perception proficiency to Master. This is high. And then at 15th level, you get Incredible Senses, which gives you Legendary Perception proficiency, which is like, oh god, nobody surprises me ever. Nobody does anything interesting because I understand when everything's gonna happen.
I think this is really good because you're getting Legendary for Perception and your Reflex save, which is your main, at 15th level, while I feel, and this could be super wrong, and Croog, you could put that text right below me.
Yep.
It feels like most of the time it's 17th level for people.
Yeah,
Not
that's
specifically for these two things, but it's felt like it's been Legendary Proficiency for things at like around 17th level.
Sure.
This is too At 7th level, you're going to get Weapon Specialization, where you get flat bonuses to your damage based off your proficiency with them.
At 9th level, you get Nature's Edge. This is going to make enemies automatically flat-footed to you when the enemy is in natural difficult terrain, uneven ground, or difficult terrain resulting from a snare. Spoilers, you can make snares.
Even though it doesn't sound super strong, like flat-footed is super strong,
Yes.
but the caveat's that natural, difficult terrain. Now I have to get them into a difficult terrain, or I can set up some snares and I can put them in that. You're being tactical in that sense. You're like, all right, how can I snake them into a position? You know, where do I move my character to get them into a position that gives me this benefit?
Like if your GM's the kind of person that will be like, this area is difficult terrain, but there'll be like rubble over here. And you'll be like, okay, I'm gonna move them into this rubble. Is this difficult terrain? The GM will say no. If your GM's the kind of person that's willing to work with you and be like, oh, I understand why you think this is difficult terrain. That makes sense. Let's call it difficult terrain now. That's the kind of situation where this is good.
And that's what I was actually going to say, is that you should work with your GM and say that this is a part of my character.
Yes.
And this is what they do. I would like this to be a thing that you bring into the game. There's so much to the game that if it does not take effect for positive or negative for my players, I don't bring it up.
Yeah.
We don't have a ranger in our group, right? But I might bring difficult terrain to make the situation more tense.
For everyone.
For everyone, exactly. But if I know that this is a feature that one of my players has, I'm going to try to bring it in as much as I can so that they get to take advantage of it.
Right. Just like a quick aside, also, if you're consciously trying to do this as GM, which we think you should, make it even for all your players. Don't just be like, I'm gonna let the ranger deal with difficult terrain every encounter, and then everybody else can go fuck themselves.
If this video gets 100 likes,
100 likes,
we will make a GM tip video. How's that?
We're gonna do that.
Yeah, I know. Which is the conclusion that we had for the previous one. Ninth level, you're gonna get Ranger Expertise, where your class DC goes up to Expert.
For which class?
The Ranger.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
At level 11, you get something that I do not imagine in any way relating to how a ranger looks or behaves in my head. Juggernaut? Like, that doesn't seem right to me. But anyways, you get Juggernaut.
I imagine you're like going through the prickle bushes and dealing with poisons and stuff like that, and having to deal with nature as a whole.
You're grabbing these branches and like tying them up for your party, and your party's like, aren't those poisonous? And you just look back and you're like, yeah, it's fine, don't worry about it. At 11th level, you get Medium Armor Expertise. This is gonna take your Unarmored Defense, Light Armor, and Medium Armor up to Expert Proficiency.
At 11th level, you're going to get Wild Stride, where you get to ignore the effects of non-magical difficult terrain. Difficult terrain that's greater is considered to be normal difficult terrain for you.
At 13th level, you're going to get Weapon Mastery. This is going to take your Simple and Martial Weapon Proficiency to Master.
At 15th level, you're going to get Greater Weapon Specialization, where you get a flat bonus to all of your damage based off of the proficiency with that weapon, which you already had. Goes up.
At level 17, you're going to get Masterful Hunter. This is going to do a bunch of stuff. Class DC, Master now. Boom. If you are using a ranged weapon to attack your hunted target, you're going to ignore the second and third range increment penalties. Boom. Like, you're just gonna snipe them from years away.
Yeah, as long
years
as
is
you
a
can,
measurement of time.
As long as you can see them.
Yeah. Also, if your perception proficiency is master, which if you're just playing the ranger from this book, you have master perception proficiency, you're going to instead get a +4 bonus when you seek your prey, as opposed to the +2 you would normally have. Boom. Now, if you're master in survival, which is not guaranteed at this point for you, but it's, I think, possible, you're gonna get a +4 perception bonus to track the hunted target. Boom.
This is going to actually improve your hunter's edge that you originally picked at the very beginning. The first one was Flurry. Your penalty for hitting your target, your hunted prey, is going to go to -2, -4.
Which is going to go down for an agile weapon to -1.
And -2.
And -2. Oh, holy spicy
Also,
that's bananas.
Also remember that you're also getting bonuses for hitting your target.
Yeah.
This is great.
You don't miss that thing very often. Being the hunter's target is a mess. Like, even if you're a monk and you're like, oh, well, I can deflect ranged attacks, the ranger's just like, cool, can you deflect 3 range attacks per round? And I'm just like, no, I don't have 3 reactions. Help. Next is precision. I have to read this to you. There's a lot of numbers. Your weapon mastery allows you to hit your prey's vital areas multiple times. The second time in a round you hit your hunted prey, you also deal 1d8 precision damage. At 19th level, your second hit in a round against your hunted prey deals 2d8 precision damage, and your third hit in a round against your hunted prey deals 1d8 precision damage. So you're just stacking precision damage.
A ton of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Now, Outwit, if you're a master in any of the skills, which is Deception, Intimidation, or Stealth,
And
or
Recall
Recall Knowledge, or Armor that you're currently wearing, your bonus that you originally got, which was a +2 to the skills, goes up to a +4, and then your +1 armor bonus goes up to a +2 bonus. Cool, flat double stack.
Yeah, whatever it is you have master in, double it.
Yeah, I think that's strong. Still don't think it's strong enough for me to pick.
I think it's stronger than precision, honestly.
Do you?
Yeah, because like the flat damage is nice, but like everybody in the party can help with the damage. But like, what if you're the one person that is the tracker person, or the one person who's really good at stealth? I don't know. I feel like those skill bonuses I'm undervaluing them. I think I like it more.
Okay.
The flurry, you can't beat the flurry. The flurry's strong as hell. Don't tell me the flurry's not strong as hell.
Says the monk.
I mean, we know what I like doing. I have
yeah.
a type. Dude, if I had that in Monkland, oh god. At 19th level, you get second skin, which is actually pretty cool. Your proficiency in light and medium armor is going to go up to master.
Okay.
But also, you can rest in light and medium armor without taking a poor rest penalty, which is going to leave you with exhaustion.
So you're not going to be fatigued.
Right. If you're going to get 0 value out of this because everybody's allowed to sleep in their armor, maybe you can trade it for something else. I don't know. Talk to them. Don't talk to me.
I think this class kind of changes how the most stereotypical groups play.
Yeah, this is from our experience, like watching games, and from our experience, like reading things on forums. It seems like a lot of people don't use difficult terrain. It seems like a lot of people don't care that you slept in your armor. Not that I'm saying that you shouldn't.
Yeah.
I like those rules
like I said,
personally.
Stereotypical.
But it's just like a common trend that we've noticed. Don't take that as advice.
Yeah, no. I'm not saying that you as a player should ignore those rules. I just think that for the most part, because they are kind of like more dredgy rules. They're rules.
They're crunchier.
It's just like the crunchier you get with the rule, the less likely people are to use it.
Yes.
But again, the game's not made to have every single crunchy rule in
Correct.
it. You can choose what you want to use. This class brings some of those crunchier rules to the forefront to kind of like make it more interesting.
Yep.
And then at 19th level, you're going to get Swift Prey, where you're going to be able to make your hunt prey target
I broke you, I'm sorry.
It was great though, but I was like, you're going to be able to use your hunt target as a free action if it is the first action on your turn.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's the kind of like capstone that changes the way you play your character.
Yeah.
Not that I'm saying it's the first one that has,
no.
but it's just those are the ones I like. If you're a flurry ranger and you like it's the start of combat and it's your turn and you're like, cool, hunt target, that was free. I have 3 attacks to hit you. Boop, boop, boom. The third one has a -2 penalty.
Yeah.
Are you dead? Yeah, you're super dead, aren't
Yeah.
you? Okay, bye. Next.
Why don't you let us know down in the comments what you think about the Ranger? I want to know about Outwit. If you think that Outwit is a lot stronger than me personally, I want to know your Ranger builds. And then while you're down there, go over to Twitter, talk to us there. You can talk to me there at IndigoQT.
And you can talk to me on Twitter at CroogQT, or you can talk to both of us at all these social media things down here. One of them is Patreon.
Yes.
And if you would like to give us money, and you have money to give us, we would be thankful for you to give it to us.
We'd be greatly appreciated. A little caveat to that is I am planning on doing another Court of Corvid GMing video where basically I sit in front of a web camera and show you my notes for Court of Corvids and just talk about what's going on, what are some of my plans, why I'm doing these things. That is going to be a Patreon-only video. So if that's something that you're interested in, that's where you're going to be able to go and see it.
Cool. Well, we've been
GameGorgon.
these two guys, and
We'll see you later.
yep.
Bye.
Yep. Those are the things that we're gonna do.